If you have to describe this episode of the Real Housewives of Durban, what three words would best describe it for you? For me, I think it should be intense, chaotic, and dramatic. These three words just tell it all for me. I'd like to hear what are those three words that best describe this episode for you. Just do so in the comment section. Welcome back to this YouTube channel, and I am Nqobile. And on here, we do more reviews and red TV shows conversation. Without any further ado, let's get started. The episode returns back with Maria and Sorisha discussing the last event. So it's just that fact that at which this episode is done. They discussed the event was a success or not. So I don't really think this conversation was so much of a conversation because they are more interested or more detailed or more needed when we talk about conversation rather than just Maria and Sorisha catching up about what happened the previous season, the previous episode. So aside from Maria and Sorisha, I think they all agreed, two of them agreed that it is not a success because most of the cast or most of the ladies were just there, say it, they forgive themselves, and everybody was just on the round of forgiving themselves. Then we discussed Angel, so that's it. So they felt like Angel was just on the show and she just wants to be like everywhere. She just wants to get attention and whatnot. And if you had checked my last video where I discussed the expectation for this episode, I did discuss how I feel like this lady is just on the show trying to steer drama. She's forward, fine. One thing about these two new casts that I kind of feel like very well, that Zama and Angel, is the fact that these two people are on the show and they are not really taking much time to really fit into the group. And that's one thing that I really enjoy because a lot of time when new casts come to shows like this, they tend to find themselves like in nowhere, like they tend to find themselves struggling to fit into the group. And it always makes them look boring at the end of the season or after the season. People always feel like these people don't deserve to be back on this show. I know one thing about Real Housewives. It does seem as if the producers are always listening to viewers when it comes to casting and bringing back some past issues. But I feel like almost every time when viewers are always like, you don't want this person back, it's always come across to me that these people will really come back. So I like how these two people are on the show and they're not taking so much time. So that's like a very good thing. If it's like your real reality or like your real life, we actually take time to fit into groups. But I think for shows like this, you don't have too much of time to fit into the group. You just have to be there and give these people who want to watch this show a show. So I love that about Angel and Zama. But I feel like Angel is way too much. For me, I will not be so hard on Angel about the fact that she is being a very dramatic person and a point steerer because if she is not doing all of this, we are still going to come across, we are still going to be the one who will come on here and be like, oh, this person's boring, this person's not contributing anything and all of that. So I think I'll upload that for that. At least she's making us have conversation. She's making the cast of the show have conversation and all of that. Or probably that script she has decided to call and play on this reality show. So without, let us just go straight into the next, and the next is the meet. So Nonku, Jojo, and Angel, they had a meet where they went painting, and three other ladies, that is me, Zama, and Maria, also meet and they discussed. I want to say something about Angel. You know, Angel, when she met with Jojo and Nqobile, she told them she had only known Maria for just 6 months. It's come across to me that they might tendency that Maria and what's her name, Maria and Angel might not actually be friends as they have portrayed it on the show. Why am I saying this? It's because the duration at which she said they can friends come across to me as a very short period of time. And that could be just the way they want to introduce her to the show and probably just the period at which they were supposed to be on the show. That's how they believed or by like, okay, you guys we should be joining the show via you and all of that. So maybe that is how their friendship started. That's how I feel. However, more episode might actually prove me wrong. I'm saying this just because of how it's played out on Real Housewives of Durban. Maybe add what's the name of this guy, Dr. Romel and Faith Murray. it's actually while the show was going on, we got to realize that they only linked up or they only had to be friends because Dr. Romero was supposed to join the show as friend to Fitzmon. So I think that might be one thing that will be happening all year. So let us just go straight into what the conversation was. I feel like the vibe Angel as when she was in Jojo and Nqobile was a very cool one. So it's like a very interesting one that make me look forward to seeing raw on my screen. Then I love how Jojo and Nqobile were so curious and trying to know more about that. It was quite keeping. But one thing is that why were they trying to steer drama and try to like question her friendship with Maria? It's her and Maria business. I don't think they should be there trying to be like, oh yes, I've known yourself for 6 months and that shouldn't be that should not make you what's called a friend. I think it should be what's the name. The use of friend or not being friend should be something that um Angel should be the one deciding why she should use it and whatnot, and it was quite like not so interesting saying that. Then back to Sleeve at the other ladies. I also enjoyed those ladies' conversation when Sleeve, Samba and Maria met. And they still discussed Angel. So they discussed how Angel came across them and so it just wants to stay drama like the show. And also Sleeve discussed our dynamic with Nonku. So it's actually making sense to me that Sleeve just wanted like Sleeve is not really getting back to Nonku because she feels like Nonku did some things that would not make them get back to that relation and they can only take steps. They can only get back to that point step by step. And also she was discussing how she felt she cannot be accountable about some things if some things are not addressed. You know the situation, I think what she was trying to say was the fact that some things she did wrong or some things she did wrong or how she went overboard with Nonku some last episode. You know, she was almost physical, or if I was saying she was physical with Nonku. She was like, if she had reacted like that, it was not something she just decided to do all of a sudden. It was a reaction it was a reaction to Nonku's action. So Nonku has to be apologetic. Nonku has to accept a part of that action so that she could react, so that she could accept her own part to the action she did put out to that action. So I think that was the basic or the conversation on there or on that part. So that's that for that and all of that. So let's just go into the drama proper. I know I did let some content like Angel Meeting right. Yes, I think, and one thing I noticed about this episode is the fact that a lot of editing was done here that made some conversation seem inconclusive. They just wanted to put out those information, but they cut out a lot. And I think it was just worth they just need to accommodate perhaps that 48-minute space they have for the film for the episode. So that is what they would. So there was this part where Slee was crying that she was cutting out she felt like she was being neglected or she is being neglected by her father. I feel like there's more to that. What is that thing that what's that relationship she had with her father? What is that thing that's one world that made her to be in this position? Her father. That are like questions that feel like needed answer. And I feel like that conversation would have actually addressed that, but because they just want to put in just a very short part of that conversation or the episode, it made that part not be very, very conflict or whatnot, or probably we are just the one being overly gigantic about that. Well, that's it. So for this other lady, Angel and after talking about wanting to get married and all of that, I feel like we find ourselves not being that part too was not like very complete. And I kind of understand that they might add so much that what was into this episode or into this season and they have just limitation like probably everything has to just come to an end at episode. Little for the deal. I think there is rough. So that is one thing too that we should get to understand. But I feel like that conversation was kind of rushed or they just ended halfway. That's how I feel with that conversation because we never get to understand the parents' point or the parents' view about all of these things is discussing. So let us go into the big conversation that is like the big one for this episode, and that is the event Maria hosted. And she hosted this gusband appreciation party where all the cast of the show worked with their gusband, and it was a quite interesting one. I think this is what's about this Durban franchise of the Real Housewives. When it comes to hosting events, there is always this level of, I don't know if I'll say creativity or uniqueness that comes with the events they host. It's always different from what you see in most Real Housewives franchise. And it's not just that because of it's a unique concept, it makes the event or whatsoever a foreign one. I love how this one was done, and I felt like these cause fans, every one of them came with were spicy. They are yes, and I actually love the fact that most of them were like just collected. But if these people want to also be like overly dramatic, they can. So let's talk about the conversation. Like, do you guys feel like Maria and the other guy, that's Neil, do you guys feel like Maria and Neil were trying to be shady to one? For me, it's come across to me as them just appreciating people who had not been in their life in the past. Like, okay, these people might not be here anymore, but I did appreciate the time they used to have them. I never saw that as a shade. And why did Angel have to be the one to call and be like, okay, I noticed this, I feel like this. So it was just so crazy. And I did love how the likes of Slee actually just put that in her place. And at a point, I felt like Luan was feeling embarrassed for everybody or everyone who was there defending it, because the guy find himself like, oh my god, you guys should stop this. That is how it was for me. That's how it came across to me. I feel like Angel should have not really do all of those things he did. Like she did, she should have just be calm and just let it be. But if she had not done that on the other end, or if she had not done that again, I'm going to have conversation. I'm going to have that spark. This episode or that event would have been boring because it's just all of them like appreciating their husband and doing this thing by her, and all of that. So I feel like, okay, it's a good one, but I feel like she will be dragged all season. And I also feel like she has decided to just be this season villain with the way she is trading on this show. And I would be surprised if the cast of this show actually called for her and just put that in that place. I would be surprised. So let's just talk about Nonku saying she's no longer taking alcohol. She was at sympathy. I was like, geez, when I heard Nonku saying that, I was like, oh, Nonku is at 6 again. Like, is it the same Nonku from season 1, which everybody had were like, oh, Nonku was drinking too much and all of that. Okay, let us just assume that she has got past that. Maybe she's now a very different person now. But, bro, let us just keep watching and see how different she is. How Nonku, I feel like Nonku over the years have just tell us she's this now, but at the end of every episode, we always see her back to what she has always been. So I'll be surprised if this conversation, if probably this thing. And what do you guys think about Slee saying she treat her a sober party? Do you guys think Slee was being shady with that the place and well, like, do you guys think Slee was being shady? Then let us talk about RD. So there was this scene where Nonku met with her sister and they were like discussing RD. And she was like, oh, you did that, did all like this and all of that. But I feel like that ship or whatever. And like from that season, people were like, she's going all overboard with this relationship, even thinking of co-parenting and all of that. Like many people were like, Nonku shouldn't do that. See, yet just get to understand man and all of that. For me, I just feel like all of these things she's saying this episode, now she's seeing them on stage. They are no longer together and all of that. Well, for me, all I'll say is that ship was a crazy one. And I find it very funny how, if I could remember how I was here doing my God, I'm up for her and whatnot. And also this conversation about the guy being a very, from last season, the way it was projected on the season, it's just as if, okay, he's going through this transformation and all of that. Like, okay, he could have been a bad person, we could have experienced all of this, but that does not mean it should be like zero to that. I think one thing on this season or on this reality TV show is that I feel like Nonku had been consistent to be one person who's gotten the most authentic story on the show. Then let me go back to the story also, the conversation of not taking alcohol anymore. I like, oh, you're not taking alcohol, but you're still producing alcohol. You own a wine, you own a wine company or whatnot, and you're yes, I don't take alcohol anymore. We're going to keep giving people wine that is alcoholic, right? I think Doku should just like pick a also or like pick a strand. Yeah, yeah, I feel like that. Hmm? Yeah. So I think this is all I'll be discussing for this episode of Real Housewives of Durban season 4 episode. So bye for now.